Hello all. We are going to learn about rise and spread of Christianity. This is the chapter map. History is basically divided into ancient or early, medieval history or modern history. Now, medieval period for India is from 800 CE, that is 800 Common Era, to 1800 CE, and for Europe is 500 CE to 1500 CE. Socio-political circumstances before birth of Jesus. In 900 BCE, Israel was created by David and Solomon, and the capital was Jerusalem. When Solomon died, Israel was divided into Israel and Judah. Israel was subsequently destroyed by various invasions, but Judah survived. In 63 BCE, Romans ruled Judea via Jewish kings, but around the Jesus' birth, Judea was ruled by Herod the Great, who was Roman appointed king. In 6 CE, Judea was made imperial province ruled by Roman governor. Now Romans were polytheistic but Jewish were monotheistic. When Roman Emperor Augustus assumed title of chief priest of the Jewish temple, Jews hoped for a Messiah from God who would deliver them to freedom and would restore the past glories of the Israelite kingdom. To many, Jesus was the answer to their prayers. Birth of Christianity. Most of our knowledge about Christianity comes from religious writings such as Old Testament, New Testament, and Dead Sea Scrolls. Jesus, acknowledged as the only Son of God, was born to Mary in a stable beside barn animals in the town of Bethlehem in Judea. He was raised in Nazareth, where he learned about carpenter's trade from his father Joseph. He also studied Jewish scriptures. He was baptized by St. John. From 30 CE to 33 CE, Jesus traveled across Judea and Galilee preaching his ideas. Roman prefect Pontius Pilate executed Jesus by crucifixion on the pretext that he was a threat to Rome's political authority, and the day of crucifixion is observed as Good Friday. The event of Jesus' rising from the dead came to be known as resurrection and is celebrated by the Christians as Easter. The word Christ comes from Christos, which in Greek means Messiah. The life and teachings of Jesus are recorded in the 4 canonical Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Old Testament, New Testament, and biblical canon set of books are all comprised to form Bible. Christianity in the Roman Empire. In the early 4th century CE, that is 312 CE, the Emperor of Rome Constantine I adopted Christianity. In 313 CE, he issued Edict of Milan and legalized Christianity. The accession of Constantine I was a turning point for the Christian Church. As he supported the church financially, he built various basilicas and granted privileges to the clergymen and promoted Christians to high offices. And he also returned confiscated property to the church. In 392 CE, Theodosius I made Christianity official religion of Roman Empire, and hence Pope became a spiritual leader of the Christians. St. Peter's Basilica, now known as Old St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, became the religious headquarters. In 395 CE, Theodosius I died and Rome was divided into Eastern and Western empires. Barbarian invasions of the Roman Empire. Germanic tribes like Visigoths, Vandals, Franks attacked Roman Empire several times for a long period of time, and these raids are often known as barbarian invasions. The Huns, a confederation of the Central Asian tribes, attacked, raided, but never settled in the Roman Empire and left its governance to others. The Goths and the other Germanic tribes were forced to invade Roman Empire to escape from the Huns. And finally, they began settling in the Roman Empire to become new cultural groups. Together, the Roman and the Germans repelled the Huns, but the damage was done. A succession of weak Western Roman emperors made Romano-German groups to ultimately ignore Rome. And modern-day states such as France, Germany, Britain came into existence. In 476 CE, the last Roman emperor of the Western Roman Empire, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by a Germanic chieftain Odoacer, who became the first king of Italy. Decline of ancient Roman Empire, which is Western Roman Empire, and rise of Byzantine Empire, which is Eastern Roman Empire. In 395 CE, when Theodosius died, Rome was divided into Eastern and Western empires, and in 476 CE, with the death of Romulus Augustulus, Western Roman Empire also declined. Eastern Roman Empire continued as Byzantine Empire and the seat of Orthodox Church. Monasteries. Christian monks organized together into religious groups called monasteries. It was a residence and workplace of monks. To pray, it had a chapel, and women who devoted their life to God were called nuns. Nuns' residence was called convent. The impact of monasteries was that it became the center of religious and secular learning, which later developed to famous universities like Oxford University and Cambridge University. It provided shelter to travelers, provided food and clothing to poor. It became a center of production for stained glass, mural paintings, wood carvings, and ultimately it became the beacon for spread of Christianity. In 11th century CE, the Turks, after conquering Holy Land of Jerusalem, attacked the ruler of Constantinople. And to reoccupy this Holy Land, a series of wars were fought between the armies of Pope and Turkish Muslims. These wars were known as Crusades. 8 major crusades resulted in the recapture of Jerusalem by the armies of the Pope, but Crusaders failed to establish permanent Christian kingdoms in the Holy Land. Consequences of the Crusades. The Crusaders, in the course of their expeditions, came in contact with Greek culture and education. This acquired knowledge paved the way for Renaissance. They also learned the use of gunpowder and guns from the Turks, hence changing the much older military system of medieval Europe. New trade routes were opened, and as the trade flourished, economy improved. The power of the king also increased because of the taxes by improved economy, and he maintained a big army. This also led to the emergence of new cities. I hope this chapter map helps you. All the best. Thank you.